Imagine purchasing your biggest Profim account with full excitement and immediately going into a massive drawdown where you lost 4 back-to-back trades and the account is already half blown. All the initial excitement fades away and you feel that probably you're gonna fail this challenge. This is exactly where I was when I first purchased this $50,000 Profim account with Swift funding in mid-January. January overall was a losing month and I lost 5% of my account in the month of January. The market conditions in January was pretty bad and every trade I took seemed to go against me as if the markets were determined to hit my stop loss every time I entered the trade. I started doubting my abilities even though I had been profitable in one of my funded accounts for the last few months. And I remember asking this one question to myself, and it was, am I following my trading plan? The answer to that question was yes, and hence I committed to stick to my strategy regardless of the outcome of the trade. February was a better month, and I managed to pull this account back at break even. With a fresh start in March, I also decided to record every trade I take in this account from here on and take you guys on the journey of taking this account from minus 5% to potentially passing this challenge as our end goal. In the previous episode, we just took one trade which was 4 or 5 pips away from our stop loss before it moved in our favor and hit our take profit. That trade landed the account at a total profits of plus 1.5% from the initial balance. If you haven't watched the second episode, then do give it a look. I'm sure you will love it. Now coming to this third episode, let's hunt for trading opportunities this week and get closer to our profit target. Alright guys, so we just entered for longs in GBP JPY. First of all, as I scaled up to the weekly time frame, what I saw was that the previous week closed bullish, and though we have this wick over here, but I expect this next candle to fill up this wick in the weekly time frame. And then once I scaled down to the daily time frame, I saw that overall the price was in an uptrend. And then if we draw a fib from this low all the way back to this high, this perfectly aligns with this 50 level, which most probably is a reversal level. And this can be a higher low in an uptrend. Since this was a higher high, this could be a higher low, and we can expect a move towards the upside. Then as I scaled down to the 4-hourly time frame, previous week we came bearish. We came to this level. I had this resistance drawn in here, and once price broke this resistance, it turned as a support. Price came below this resistance, and then it formed these wicks over here, which indicated me that most probably price is going to go up. And then once I scaled down to the 1-hourly time frame, I saw this beautiful consolidation. And then once price broke this consolidation, we just entered the trade over here with our stops below the wick for 30 pips, and we are targeting 75 pips for 2.5 RR on this trade. Another very important confluence that I have on this trade is that we also have liquidity over here and over here as well. This is the major liquidity, and this one is the minor one. So even if we target till here, it will be 1:4, but we won't be greedy and we will stick to our trading plan. So we are just targeting for 2.5 RR, and I'll update you guys on how this trade turns out to be. So this is an update on the trade we took on GBP JPY. We entered the trade after the breakout and we were aiming for 2.5 RR on this trade. And I also forgot to mention the risk I used in this trade since I was out on a family vacation and I just managed to pull out my laptop and record entering the trade in front of you guys. But in this trade, I risked 2.5% since my account was back in profits. Normally, I risk around 1.5% per trade, but this was a nice setup and my account was already in profits. So I thought, why not use the profits that we already had? So we risked 2.5% and we were aiming for this trade to go till 2.5 RR. If this trade would have hit our full take profit, we would be done with the challenge. But right after we entered the trade, we had an initial move up and the markets went till 1.8 RR before retracing. After this retracement, I thought maybe this is the higher low in an uptrend, and hopefully we can create a higher high and hit our take profit. Next day, as I woke up, I saw price go till 2.2 RR, which was very close to my take profit. And I also noticed price creating a resistance over here. So every time price came over here, you can see these rejections, which says that prices is having a struggle to break this level. We came over here and rejected, came down. Again, we came for the second time, rejected and came down. The third time we came and rejected, and it was already 24 hours since I entered this trade. So it's like the markets don't look good. And I exited the trade over here for 1.7 hour. Even if I show you the CTrader platform, you can see we raised 2.5% and this trade gave us a total of $2,200, which is 4.5% of profits in our initial balance. And currently our equity is sitting at almost $3,000 profit, which is 6%, and we are just 2% away from this challenge. Obviously, if this trade would have hit our full take profit, we would be done with the challenge, but I'm glad that I at least took my profits over here. Otherwise, if we would have left the trade with our stops at break even, we would not have made a single dollar from this trade. So making $2,200, which is 4.5% in the account, is a nice win. And I'm glad that I exited over here and followed my system. So it's the end of another week, which also marks the end of March, and we just took one trade this week. We raised 2.5% since our account was back in profits, and we were aiming for 2.5 RR so that if this trade would have hit our take profit, we would be done by the challenge. But the markets went to the highest of 2.25 RR before it started rejecting, and I closed the trade at 1.75 RR, giving us a total profit of 4.5%, and currently our account is sitting at an overall profit of 6% from the initial balance. Now we just need 2% to pass this challenge. Hopefully we can continue this momentum and wind up this challenge by the next week with another winning trade. Now if you haven't watched the second episode where the markets was a few pips away from our stop loss before it dropped in our favor, then do give it a look. I'm sure you will love it. I'll pin that video somewhere on the screen, so do give it a look, and I'll catch you guys in the next week with an update on this challenge. Till then, take care, bye bye.